Everyone's always talking about macros, calories, and workouts when it comes to losing weight. But almost no one talks about what controls all of that: your stress levels and your sleep. Here's the truth: you can eat clean, walk daily, do all the right things, but if your stress is high and your sleep is low, your body's going to fight you every step of the way. And I'm here to tell you, you can't heal in the same stress that made you sick to begin with. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Derica. I lost 90 pounds naturally by focusing on habits and not restriction. And one of the biggest game changers for me wasn't diet, it was learning how to rest. If you've been here before, you know that I'm a nurse, and for 10 years, I was on nights, working from 7 p.m. to 7:30 a.m. While I was on night shift, I was working 12 hours and I would sleep for only 4 hours in between my shifts. And during that time, my body was inflamed, it was holding on to fat. My body held on to everything: the bloating, the cravings, the stubborn fat, you name it, we held on to it. Once I fixed my sleep and learned how to manage my stress, that is when the scale started to move. And more importantly, my energy came back, which is very important. As a mom, wife, nurse, I need my energy. So let's talk about science for a minute. When you're stressed, your body releases a hormone called cortisol. Cortisol isn't actually bad. It helps you wake up and respond to danger. But cortisol is only meant to happen in spikes. When it stays high all day, from work, from relationships, from kids, from any stressors in your life, then it becomes a problem. And can't forget lack of rest, because that's another one that increases your cortisol levels. And here's what happens: cortisol triggers your belly to store more fat, especially around your belly area. Increases your cravings for salt, sugar, and fat, and it's because your body's craving a quick energy source. It slows down your thyroid and metabolism over time. And a lot of people I know who are my age currently are starting to experience either a overactive thyroid or underactive thyroid. Get your levels checked. You may think you're overeating because of willpower, but it's actually your hormones trying to protect you. And if this video helped you see your health from a new angle outside of just the typical, then hit that like button. That helps my channel grow. Okay, let's talk about sleep, because sleep and stress go hand in hand. When you don't get enough sleep, two hormones go out of balance: ghrelin and leptin. Ghrelin tells your body when you're hungry, and leptin tells your body when you're full. When you are sleep deprived, ghrelin goes up and leptin goes down. So this is very important because you're feeling hungrier and less satisfied when you're eating. This is why after a bad night of sleep, you crave carbs, sugar, and coffee. It's not lack of discipline, it's biology. We gotta start working with our bodies and for our bodies, and not against and fighting our bodies. Studies have shown by just one night of 4 to 5 hours of sleep can slow your fat burning up to about 20%. Pretty significant, especially when you're eating right, working out, doing all the things, eating a caloric deficit, and your body is working against you. So imagine what months or even years of poor sleep can do to your metabolism. Fat loss doesn't start in the gym, it starts when you sleep. So how do you know stress may be slowing your progress? So here are a few signs. You're doing everything right, but the scale won't move. You wake up tired even after 8 hours of sleep. You have constant sugar cravings, especially at night. You gain weight or hold on to fat, especially in your midsection. You feel wired but tired, like almost like anxious, exhausted, but you can't turn your brain off at night. And I used to live in that cycle where I would push harder in the gym, or I would sacrifice sleep. But the older I get, the more I do not play about my sleep. And people ask me all the time, like, when it comes to weight loss, about eating or exercising or trying to find time to do this. And my rule of thumb is that if you have to sacrifice your sleep to try to keep up with a routine, it's not worth it. That's where the sleep comes first and everything else follows. And now I know the most productive thing you can do is to slow down. So here's what I personally started to do, and that changed everything. Number one, nighttime routine over morning routine. Everyone, including myself, talks about 5 a.m. mornings, but my night routine is what allows me to get up and feel rested when I'm getting up at 5 a.m. in the morning. So the first thing I did was I started to put my phone away 30 minutes before bed. So I replaced being on my phone and scrolling with either reading or journaling or just having conversations with my husband. But I just noticed that when I place my phone away the last 30 minutes before I go to bed, it just eliminates all of that intrusive thinking, racing thoughts, all of the things of, us focusing on what's going to happen tomorrow or what happened today instead of us living in a moment. So I feel like that's one of the things that I did to help with that. And once I put that phone away, that sleep quality is shot up immediately. I even had to do that when I was on night shift, even though I still was only able to get 4 hours because my body was like, no, it's time to be awake. Even with me doing that, I still put my phone away, like even on night shift when I would get off work in the morning time. And that also eliminated me waking up sooner than what I thought. Like my thing was, is if I lay down at 9 a.m., and if my alarm clock didn't go off yet, even if I prematurely wake up, if my alarm clock didn't go off yet, that means that it's not time to get up. So try to go back to sleep. And I do the same thing with my nighttime sleeping, is if I'm in bed by 9:30 and my body just decides to wake up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, then don't check my phone. Don't check the time, Derica. Because if your alarm clock didn't go off, that means that it's still not time to wake up. So go back to sleep. And habit number 2 is walking before scrolling. And you already know I'm going to include walking in this video because walking helps with sleep as well. If I feel anxious, if I feel stressed, if I have racing thoughts, I'm going for a walk because that's always going to clear my mind and I'm always going to feel better afterwards. Now we're a little bit more restricted because the days are shorter because it's the winter time. But when the days are longer, I'm going outside and I'm going on a walk, or I'll walk on my walking pad. Now I have a treadmill, y'all. Hey, I have a treadmill. I upgraded to a treadmill, so I'm on the treadmill too. Movement helps decrease your cortisol levels, and it helps to clear your mind, and it helps to decrease your stress. Habit number 3 is magnesium glycinate and hydration. Most people are dehydrated and low on magnesium, and those two things, they affect your quality of sleep and your stress response. A few things that I do is I take magnesium glycinate daily before bed. Again, it helps with your sleep. And specifically glycinate, because there are so many different types of magnesium out there, but the one that you want is magnesium glycinate. And I already have my bottle of water ready for me for when I wake up. And then the last habit is journaling or brain dumping. I write down everything that is racing through my head before bed, because one of the main things that keep us up at night is not really anything but our thoughts. A lot of us have racing thoughts, and that affects our sleep. It increases our cortisol. It doesn't calm our central nervous system. We don't relax enough to actually get adequate sleep. Brain dumping, journaling, getting those thoughts out on paper, I don't know, sending yourself a VM, talking to ChatGPT, whatever you gotta do. Talk to your spouse. You shouldn't be going to bed feeling on edge. That completely affects your sleep. It either prolongs you falling asleep, and then most of us are on a work schedule or whatever, we have to get up. So every little hour that's going by that you're not asleep, that decreases your sleep window. Or it'll cause you to wake up overnight where you want to be in a restorative, restful sleep at night, a deep sleep. And every time you wake up from your sleep, it starts your sleep cycle over. So a lot of us are sleep deprived and stressed, and I'm sending you a hug. And what this journaling does, or this brain dumping does, it's about creating safety in your body prior to going to bed so that you can feel safe. When your body feels safe, it lets go of the weight naturally. So instead of forcing your body through restriction, try nourishing it with calmness. And here's what that looks like. Eat balanced meals with protein, fat, and fiber, and that helps to stabilize your blood sugar. Prioritize 7 to 9 hours of sleep, even if that means skipping a 5 a.m. workout. I don't drink caffeine, but I'm telling you to limit caffeine intake after 12 p.m., afternoon, because caffeine spikes cortisol and it delays melatonin release, and we need melatonin in order to fall asleep. Add slow mornings when you can. That's light stretching, journaling, gratitude, meditation, anything. Also going outside in the sunlight, because that can help regulate your circadian rhythm. And this one is important. Create boundaries, because not every text, email, they don't need an instant reply. They can wait until the next day. Fat loss happens when your body feels safe, not when it's under constant pressure. I used to think rest was laziness, especially when I felt like I had a lot of things to do. And now I know rest is strategy. Like at some point, we just got to learn to work with our bodies and not fighting against our bodies, causing it more stress. When I rest, my workouts feel better. When I sleep, my cravings disappear. And when I slow down, my body actually responds faster. And I'm talking to you. If you've been forcing your way to results, maybe it's time for you to do the opposite. You don't need more discipline. You need more recovery. So this week, I challenge you to focus less on your calories and more on your nervous system. Try going to bed just 30 minutes earlier and turning off your phone 30 minutes before bed, or even doing like a 10-minute walk before bed and just watch how calm you are at nighttime. Unwinding in the evening was one of the game changers for me. And now I've gotten to a place where I'm in bed by 9:30 p.m. and I wake up naturally at 5 o'clock. I don't even have to set an alarm. So just notice how your body starts to respond differently, because the truth is you don't have a willpower problem. You have a stress and sleep problem. There is a difference. And once you fix the stress and sleep, everything else will fall into place. So comment down below, what is one habit you plan to focus on this week? Is it less stress or better sleep? Really, you really can't go wrong when you focus more on the sleep than the stress, and then the stress and then the sleep, and then the sleep, and then the stress, and then the stress, and then the sleep, and then the sleep, and then the stress, and then the stress, and then the sleep, and then the sleep, and then the stress, and then the stress, and then the sleep. I'ma see y'all again soon. Look, I was trying to block myself from all of this sunlight. So we gonna get the sunlight. Hey.